third dungeon, third approach. I'm approaching this one a little differently in terms of the videos, and I'm gonna warn you now, there's gonna be a bit more on this dungeon than there were previous times. But I think that'll be clear in the video title anyway. So, yeah, I wasn't ready for this dungeon going in, and that's pretty clear, but I do think that my approach to how I did this dungeon was better than in the past, and I do think that what I said throughout the stream was a little more interesting, perhaps. It can get really boring in dungeons sometimes, especially when Chad's dead, but thankfully that wasn't quite the case this time around. So, as we listen to sinister music in the background, I think, yeah, this is gonna be the start of the dungeon, and anything that got saved, you're gonna see. Any lost footage, you're not gonna see. I believe there's one exception to that, and you'll see it eventually. I like his abilities. He seems pretty strong. Fox is right here. My only complaint is that I can't use Yukiko outside of battle. That was the other reason I saved her, is because I wanted to use, like, mostly heal-ups on her, like, outside of battle. I'm gonna literally use go-homes on, like, every other floor, I think. So, these guys are fine.
Uh-oh, this one's really strong! Damn, it's not going down.
I forgot again, but he actually used the move I would have used anyway, so it's fine.
Have at it! I live for this part! 2 enemies left! Good work, Sensei! That's 1 so far! Go!
Do it this way.
All right!
Alright. Change battle tactics. Kanji. I will fix everything on that later. Alright. I'm ignoring you. Oh, or not. I'm not ignoring you. Why are you attacking me?
A rare monster! Beat the stuffing out of it! The enemy ran away!
Cool, now I'm just fighting these guys. No good reason.
Yosuke's
Hi! How many times can you attack?
Oh, there! Now's your
I
chance to
love,
run.
like, getting hit 3 times by 2 enemies. Actually, 4 times by 3 enemies, I guess. But they got 5 actions before I got to do anything. That's something, alright. Fire suppressor. I don't regret using Kanji yet. That has nothing to do with it. He's, like, been pretty good so far. Everyone else is just dying, including the main character. I'm gonna save again at the front, but how much is the fox worth? You know what? Sure. I guess he doesn't cost that much for just HP. I'll do that. Oh, that's just for SP. He doesn't heal HP. Okay, then I probably healed like 2 SP right now. Alright. Well, let's heal properly then. Skill. Yeah, just skill it. Yeah, no, just save. Well, to put it lightly, it was a waste of time to continue in Rise's dungeon and try to get that done. It wasn't gonna happen. Unfortunately, no one persona was gonna really fix that for me. Even just a couple of levels would really help, and I thought that was kind of clear. Well, after I died one more time, but you'll see that'll happen in a second. Anyway, as a result, I decided to go do what the most reasonable course of action was in my head, and that was go to Kanji's dungeon and basically run out the side quests that were required for that. I'm sure saw me picking up all those various side quests in the overworld throughout that time, so what better time than now to go do it? So, I figured once I did that, I'd get a level or two, I'd get a nice new persona, and I'd move on. Now, Kanji's dungeon is surprisingly easy at this point in time, in terms of levels, even with, low damage or whatever. And I ended up doing it with Chie dropped as a party member. This was mostly just due to the fact that I didn't need 2 physical attackers outside of myself. And Kanji I wanted to get used to him and figure out what he did. And I kind of like him as a character and as a party member. So hopefully I'll get an excuse to continue to use him throughout the rest of the game. Chie had already proved her worth in the past. She's not very good on the magic side of things, but neither is Kanji, at least so far, let's be honest. So, yeah, there really wasn't any issue in terms of climbing Kanji's palace and getting all the various, items and stuff. I probably had like a million extra versions of everything. And I climbed all the way up to the top because, just like in Yukiko's palace, there's an optional boss at the top of Kanji's. And I do think that once everything is said and done with the Rise portion of this, I will be going and doing the Yukiko optional boss fight. And that's to say that, I'll probably do the Kanji one as well, but once again, probably a dungeon later. That seems like the most reasonable course of action in my head. That way it won't be too bad, it won't drain me for the actual boss fight, yada yada yada. Now, there was one point in Kanji's dungeon in his bathhouse where I used to go home to go ahead and save and make new personas. Personally, that's a huge part of it for me because I like to try and be a completionist and get as much of the compendium done as possible without really putting in too much extra effort to doing so. And whenever my inventory is full with various personas that I don't need, and at this point it's still 8, though I believe it grows to 10 fairly quickly while I'm in Kanji's palace, or I think when I hit level 25. Yeah, I want to use my personas that I got, personas I've already had, and make new personas, ideally, new stuff, and hopefully play around with, fusing and making something interesting. So, I make that trip back after the 4th floor and then again after the 7th floor. And the 7th floor is the end of this sped up clip, and I will go back to normal speed, normal footage, once we get to that point. Now, one thing I did notice from traversing the dungeons today is that they're actually, at least to some degree, harder than they normally would be, and that's because I decided to go on a rainy day. Don't ask me why I decided to go on a rainy day. I kind of saved this stream that you're seeing now. I had meant for it to just be a day of I go and do Risei's dungeon. And I saved on a rainy day without realizing it. I guess the day before, so normally when I would go to, you know, have a beef bowl or whatever at the Chinese Aya Diner, I was like, nope, I'm going into Risei's palace, or dungeon, and just, yeah, beat it up. But the raid enemies were kind of interesting because I wasn't expecting them to just kind of die to one element and just literally, like, what, repel? Not even repel, just, like, drain all the other skills. So your other characters aren't super useful, and as it turned out, a lot of the weather enemies in Hanji's palace, they were weak to ice. And like I was saying, Chie was the character I dropped, and she is my ice user among the 4 that I have. So it took me a little bit, and then I started using ice on Iwo. And once I realized that, like, hey, I could probably just use Chie, I was already kind of back in Risei's side of things, and yeah, doing the actual palace dungeon. And by then, of course, I had found something that wasn't weak to ice, it was weak to something else, and so I'd have to deal with it a different way. But you'll see all that. But that was a realization I kind of came to during this sped up section. Now, I do want to note that there were a couple of side quests I picked up that were also for Yukiko's palace dungeon, whatever you want to call it, and I guess castle. Anyway, I did do those also, but I decided to leave those off screen. I did those at the end, and I will not be showing those. So once these videos end and you get to the boss, just know that there was a short stint between that where I went and did those. Did a little bit of grinding for SP because I don't like using my items, and I'd rather get new items, and sometimes I just don't have enough items anyway, and that's something that's really good to do in Yukiko's palace because I can just kind of fire through everything, not worry about anything, nothing's gonna kill me. And plus I need to go there anyway. I really don't think there's much else to say, so there's about another minute and a half of footage, maybe just a minute. So enjoy that, the background music, and we'll get Bobber's screen in a second here after that. Let's just head up and head down and make some new personas. And maybe I'll finally be ready for Rise's dungeon. I am back, right? I assume I'm back. But who the hell knows? Let me, see if I can register anything notable. No? Yeah, always check this stuff. Registered data versus current stats. Yes, please register that. I mean, sure, register this, because I feel like it'll be the same cost, but with way less XP to the next level? Registered versus new. Okay, first of all, you're a level higher. Second of all, you have Makajam anyway, you have Silence Boost anyway. No, you don't have... You had Dodge Ice on the rolled one, and Dakaja. I don't think it matters. Take the one that's higher level. Alright, fees. We don't have Anzu, still, somehow. We can make Matador. Amudo, Swift Strike, and Dakunda. Very fast. Pretty decently... Oh wait, Swift Strike is incredible, though. Oh no, 1 to 2 times? That's... okay. Hama and Mudo on you, how about that? Dakunda and Dakaja on you, how about that? You don't need Ice Boost or Ice Break. Sure, the cheaper option or something. You repel Dark, but are weak to Fire? Okay. Hey, you're back. I posted more about... Okay. Thank you. I can see messages, yep. I don't constantly check them. Sorry, my bad. I can see them, though. Yes. Hello. Hi, Mike. Oh, whatever. All of that was whatever. Alright. Let's immediately make Kaiwan? Kaiwan might be more useful. What does Cellbreaker do? Deals light physical damage to one foe with a chance of elimination. Okay, that's like fine. You're weak to physical! Why would I want to use Kaiwan if he's weak to physical? I wouldn't, is the answer. What would you get? Swift Strike. Yeah, I'm not gonna make Kaiwan, I don't think. Areas I can't make yet. Ilkusa is cool and all, but that's like my main thing. Okay, how about Rakshasa? Can't make Lamia yet. Principality and Matador? Yeah, sure. What are your moves? Brain Shake, Kill Rush. Alright, this is like the same move Kanji has, and it's pretty decent. You have a 10% chance of reflecting physicals, and you also are strong against physical, which is a good plus. Oh man, 2 different 1 to 3 times on like physical damages. You know, sure, you seem pretty good as a physical attacker right now. I'll give you the 2 Mahamas and Mamuto. Twin Shot seems kind of pointless on you. Wait, hold on. Yeah, your magic is pointless. But I will give you these just in case. Those are 1 hits anyway. I don't know how they roll. And I feel like Dekaja Dekunda. That's actually a decent persona. Mega Cryogonal. Yes, Kaiwan is Mega Cryogonal. Weak to physical. I love it. Oh, please, I feel like a lot of people have not played Trauma Center. I feel like that shouldn't be surprising. Now, should they? Is a different story. Gale Slash. I'm gonna get rid of Brain Shake. But Art of Tarakaja is really good. Dodge Physical is okay. Cryogonal could definitely use a Mega, and it would still die to fighting attacks painfully. But yeah, it would be better. Dodge Physical's okay. It's not great, but doubling the evasion rate is not incredible. It's a man. Hard decisions. Hard decisions. Drop Dekunda. Dekunda's on like a lot of things, I feel like. Anyway. Did I lose it again? Please don't tell me I did. I don't think I did. Though. And a weird magic boost there. Hello? I feel like I missed a message somewhere. I know the stream probably didn't, but I did. My phone's having trouble staying connected to the chat, which is why I thought my stream might have gone down, but it didn't. I'm gonna... Hold on a second. I'm gonna leave. LPs, if there's anyone who played Trauma Center, it would be Cynic. He's the only one I can think of who could have, even. In my mind. You have way better everything. You're weak to ice instead of wind, but that's fine. I'm gonna go ahead and equip you. I think you're gonna be better on base. Yeah. You could probably get him in here if you tried.